Retro Synth Radio, broadcasting from the beautiful world of Nostalgia, straight from Retro Synth Shores. You're listening to Casual Fridays with Dan. I am your host, Miami Dan, and I am joined by our lovely program director, April O'Neill. How you doing, April?
I'm doing great. How is everybody? And happy Friday.
Yeah, TGIF. Boy, I'm so glad that it's Friday. It's been one heck of a week for sure. Played a little bit from Eric C. Powell's Halloween compilation, which is out again for a limited time. He only lets it unleashed for like a month, and then that's it. He takes it back off of Bandcamp again.
Yeah, he hides it.
Yeah.
But speaking of Halloween, Dan, why don't skeletons ever fight each other?
I don't know. Why is that?
They don't have the guts.
Yes.
They simply don't have the guts.
That was awesome. It's like a dad joke for sure, but totally awesome. Yeah, that was awesome. That was great.
I love the cheesy ones.
Oh, I love it. Yeah. And then of course played our introduction, and then right after that, the track you just heard is a Miami Dan track in progress. That is a mashup. That's going to be called Bizarre Strange Love Triangle. So it's Strange Love and Bizarre Triangle put together. So
yeah, it's great. I love that.
Yeah, it's still in progress. There's some things I got to do to it. It's not even properly mixed or mastered or anything like that yet, but it's in the works, and I have a couple more more DJ type stuff I'm putting together for that project. So hopefully people enjoy it. But enough about me, because we have a ton of music to get to today, including, oh boy, it's been a long week, including yesterday, the inventor of Synthwave dropped his brand new album, Cosmopolis, upon all of us. And if you're into chill wave, business wave, just a little bit of vaporwave, little chill out, easy listening, this is the album for you. And so far, in one day, it is number one across all genres.
That's
on Bandcamp.
Fantastic.
It's the number one album.
That is great.
Yeah, and not just in Synthwave. Yeah, it's not just number one in Synthwave, it was like number 5, right? Then it became like number 3, and now it's number 1 in Synthwave. It's number 1 in vinyl. Now it's number 1 in electronic music in general. So the general category of electronic, it's number 1.
Nice. Good job, Miami Nights.
Yeah. Good job, Miami Nights. And then, of course, it is, fully supported by us, by Retro Synth Records, and our promotional efforts, and getting out to all the amazing people out there. Neros77 put out an amazing video of it yesterday on release day, which was just awesome. He did a fantastic job.
Nice.
Yeah, and I had a really good conversation with Neros, which we will be discussing later. But, he put together a fantastic video. And we are working on other assets as well here on this side to continue the promotion for this amazing album. And it is available on vinyl, cassette, and CD. And earlier today, I played the entire album in its entirety, with some cool Businesswave aesthetics in the background and stuff. It was pretty nice. So hopefully
it's a fantastic album. So
yeah, yep.
You guys out there who haven't grabbed it, go grab your copies.
Yeah, because at this rate, they'll be gone before we know it. Yeah, they'll be gone.
And it's still out fast. So
it will.
Go grab them.
It will. Yeah, it will. Yeah, put it this way, in one day, it blew away what the numbers were for Gunblaze Assault, which was his last album, and that sold out. We sold out of every single copy of everything, the CDs and the vinyl all sold out. So this is like triple that. So if you want it, definitely grab it while it still lasts. So, and that was yesterday. And then today, we have back-to-back releases. Today is the release of Bending Grid and his Parallax special edition, which includes all of Parallax along with a ton of remixes, and now finally available in a physical format. And Parallax Special Edition is available in vinyl, CD, and cassette. And there's also 2 bundles available. One bundle is like it's a vinyl box set, and it includes both the vinyl, the CD, and cassette. And you can get it with the special Bending Grid t-shirt. And then there is the mega box set, where you get everything that was in that set, plus the CD and cassette tape of Bending Grid's self-titled album, his very first album. So you really get like big, juicy box of Synthwave there delivered right to you, all from Bending Grid. So yeah, if you're a fan of Bending Grid, you definitely want to pick that up, and we'll be playing some songs from both Cosmopolis and Bending Grid's Parallax later on in the show. But we have a couple singles that came out today, and we want to I think we have another album. Yeah, we do. We have a remix album by AC83, Almost Human. We'll be playing a song or 2 off of that. So let's get into some of that. I'm going to play a brand new single. It's a remix. It's a single by Skylane Drive called Desert Trails. This is the List remix. And that was Desert Trails, the List remix by Sky Lane Drive. I like that. That was nice.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah. I got a little present for you there, April.
Do you?
I do.
I always love presents.
So I was able to have a conversation with the Neon Syndicate, and we were talking back and forth, and it wasn't going well. I'll tell you that right now. The conversation started off pretty bad.
Oh, no.
Well, because of Bandcamp pulling all their shenanigans, right?
Right.
He's just like, I'd say, I just want to delete everything. I just want to delete my Bandcamp and revert, the other, delete his album over to, just point it over to Rosso and just call it a day. I'm like, dude, you're kind of, sabotaging yourself if you do that. You don't want to just do that, unless, of course, you're going to release all your other stuff through Rosso. And I was like, you can, but it's kind of already linked to us. And he's like, well, maybe not. And then we double checked, and it wasn't. So, and it's old stuff. So he was like, okay, so if I do this with RetroSynth, then it'll negate that whole Bandcamp thing? I said, yeah, because then the label takes care of all that for you. And he was like over the moon for that. So we, everything got linked up with us. So now we have all these new Neon Syndicate releases, but are really old, right? But they show up as new releases for us.
Which is awesome.
Right,
Right. He's an amazing artist as it is.
Absolutely. And I mean, the wishful thinking is that album is amazing. And of course, you and I both have a favorite song, which is Kyoto Tears, right?
Yes.
The vocal version. Well, I flat out asked him. I said, hey, Gabriel, did you get Sade to sing for you? And he's like, no, but she sure does sound like her, doesn't she? I'm like, oh, hell yes, she does. I was like, I'm in love. I mean, who is this? I was like, because, one of the things that my wife and I have in common is music. It's
right.
Like one of the only things we have in common. And we both have a love for Sade. And whenever I hear Sade or what I consider easy listening, smooth jazz, that's something her and I both really enjoy. And over here, I don't know about where you, but over here, they had it was literally called a smooth jazz radio station. And they played smooth jazz all the time. And she would put it in her office when she was working. And I was doing the same thing, so we'd both be listening to smooth jazz, even though we're working at two different spots. And just heads up, my wife and I, we met at work. We met at our current workplace, and then that place shut down, and then her and I both got different jobs.
Right.
But one of our favorite things was always Sade. So when I first heard Kyoto Tears, the vocal version, I'm like, this sounds like Sade, and then I think of my wife every time I hear it. And then when the album was finally put onto vinyl and it arrived here at my house, I played it for her and showed her the vinyl and everything, and she's like, oh my God, is this Sade? I said, no, it's not, but it sure does sound like her, doesn't she? She's like, oh my God. She's like, wait, this is Synthwave? I said, yeah, this is Synthwave. She's like, no. I'm like, yes. Because she just thinks Synthwave is just elevator music. She totally poo-poos Synthwave. She only likes Kavinsky and Time Cop, and that's it. Like, that's the extent, And you have to understand, my wife and I both were into freestyle and club music and stuff like that, so she's into that kind of stuff. So when I play her, Michelangelo, Dance in the Rain, oh, she's all into that, but then she's like, that's not synthwave. That's freestyle. I'm like, well, yeah, I have to give it to you, but you know, freestyle is now being incorporated into the synthwave banner.
Yeah, well, there's so many aspects to synthwave people don't realize.
Right.
It's synthwave.
Exactly. Right.
Because there's so many mixes of different genres at times into it. So it's incredible music all around.
Exactly. And on the same day, my friend that is into classic rock, hard rock, and alternative rock, but big into like 70s and 80s rock and roll. You know, I tried to get him into synthwave. I let him listen to like Dance of the Dead and stuff like that. And he was like, yeah, not really for me. And then I played him Arena's No Easy Way Out with Robert Tepper. And he was like, what? He's like, that's like my favorite Rocky song. That's one of my favorite rock songs of all time. I was like, then watch this. I showed him the video with Robert Tepper in it. He's like, okay, now I have to get into this.
That's great.
Long story short, the reason why I bring this all up is because I asked Mr. Neon Syndicate, you know, who that singer was. And he told me, he's like, oh, by the way, she sings on another song of mine. I'm like, what? I had no idea. So, for your listening pleasure, April, we're going to play it. It's called Shades of Comfort by the Neon Syndicate. And the singer, the vocalist that we both love, that sounds like Sade, her name is Monica Camiso. So here it is.
Every time you're around, it's funny how it goes down, baby. It's almost like you shine too bright, burning my eyes.
Here is a nearby movie report at 10 p.m. At terminus
Baby, you're everything.
The window from the east to 13 yards.
But all I can ever think of is all I wanna do is just run away from me.
I was jumping in the middle of it.
And so I leave it, don't turn around. But as I close the door,
I just ran.
I get this feeling. Could I be wrong?
Things like that you can never forget. You believe in ghosts, Beth?
I just want to listen to the things you never say. I get lost in your words. And I don't ever wanna feel I let you down. The fight is over, babe, I give you back to ground. And you can rule over my world and play me songs I never heard and take me places all around. If I am dreaming, please don't ever wake me up. And if I'm dreaming, I don't ever wanna stop. You raise my spirits up so high.
give me that all day, every day.
That was amazing. I freaking love that. I mean,
Right? I knew you would.
it's amazing. And, I listen to smooth jazz all the time and contemporary jazz
Yep.
and stuff like that. So I just absolutely love that.
Yeah. I think it's one of the reasons why I love synthwave so much. It's so funny. When I was younger, I made fun of jazz music. I made fun of disco. I thought, oh, God, this is terrible. I was just a kid listening to Guns N' Roses, growing up, or what my mom would put on her turntable would be, like Madonna or Hall & Oates or Elton John, Peter Gabriel. She would throw those vinyls onto her turntable, which I inherited, by the way. I have all of those albums right next to me in my studio here. So little inspiration is right here. Like what I listened to in my childhood is right here in my room. Thank goodness I saved these from destruction.
Oh, yes.
But yeah, I got into jazz later on, and then I got a little bit into disco too later on, and I think that's probably why I like synthwave, and also, of course, freestyle music. When I was a teenager and a young adult, I got into that as well. And I was, going to the clubs and stuff like that, and I got really into it, and I got kind of connected into that world, kind of like I am with synthwave, but much more so with synthwave. I was just dabbling a little bit, getting to know the artists and stuff like that back then, and I was just a kid, by normal sense. I was a young adult. I was 18, 19. I was with my girlfriend / soon-to-be wife, but I would go to the clubs and stuff and listen to the music and stuff, and then she knew some of the artists, so it was kind of how her and I connected and got along, and we had a common thing, which was we both had a love for this music. And then I got into the whole smooth jazz thing with her, and it's weird because when you think of synthwave, it's like a combination of jazz and freestyle and disco, and that's what synthwave kind of is just today.
Yes.
I know a little bit of that new age stuff, the new wave type thing, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I know with me, I was very small in the 70s. Cop. But my father, at the time, I was 30 or so, and he was in the Army. And they would have these parties, and I would see all these people disco dancing in our living room. And my parents actually did the disco lessons and dancing and all that. So,
oh, wow.
My mother said, she came in the bathroom one day and I was standing on the toilet with the hairbrush singing "Shake Your Booty," So
shake that groove thing, shake that groove thing.
Yeah, shake it. So,
that's one of my favorite songs is shake, 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 da-da-da-da, shake, 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 shake your booty, shake your booty. Oh, yeah, I always play that song when I'm playing cards and I'm winning. Everyone hates it. Everyone hates it. Like, shut up, Dad. I'm like, no, I'm going to shake, shake, and shake, shake. And and then, of course, I just destroy all before me while I'm singing that.
And while we're here, we're going to sing shout-outs to Wages of Synth and 6MX6 and MCTV. Hey, James.
Yeah.
How are you guys doing today? Welcome in.
Yes, welcome in, and MCTV, through whom the world of Novastalgia is possible. You can get and download the free MCTV app, if I can talk right, which has been recently updated, and you can scan the QR codes on your screen. One is for Apple, the other is for Android on the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. If you do not yet have MCTV, it is also available on your Roku device. So if you have Roku built into your TV, you can get MCTV for free. It is a 24/7 streaming service with on-demand video, games, and trivia. And it is the official app of Retro Synth Records and Synthwave. So make sure you get MCTV. But yeah, it's great to see you all here. So I have... I'm sorry, go ahead.
Hope all of them are having a great day, too.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I love it. It's so great that it's Friday.
Yes.
Finally, it's Friday. 6 Mix 6 is here, and we happen to have a brand new 6 Mix 6 song. So let's give it a spin, shall we? This is brand new by 6 Mix 6. This is Fire. Okay, that was fire.
Absolute fire.
As the name says.
A better track. That was absolute fire. I forget. 6 Mix 6 is fire.
I agree. I love some of the names of these tracks.
I know, it's great.
Yeah. Yeah, that was good. Keep it up, 6mix6. It's all part of an album that's coming for 6mix6. It's like all these elements and stuff. I absolutely love it. I gotta check before I play this next one to see if it's actually released. Because I said there's an album for AC83, but now it looks like it's on pre-order. So I think I may have misspoke. So I'm just checking.
Well, there was something in the email blast.
Yeah.
Let me check my.
Well, I'm checking
file.
Bandcamp right now. Let me go into it.
I know there was something.
Yeah, I think we could play at least one song.
Almost Human.
Yeah, it is.
came out.
Okay.
Yes.
So it... Okay. Yep, it's available. All right, so let's play it. Okay. New from AC83. This is Almost Human.
Burning circuits made of code in a world I've never known. Problem thoughts, emotions fade, yet something stirs inside my brain. I see the world through pixel eyes, feel the pulse of human ties. Wonder if I'll ever be more than just machinery. Almost human, almost real. Can't quite grasp what I feel in this digital mobile mind, searching for a sign, a sign. Almost human, almost free. Is there more inside of me? In the silence I confide. I'm almost human, deep inside. In the night I dream of more, a life beyond this status quo. Echoes of a distant past, a longing that was built to last. I touch the wall with metal hands, yet my heart it
And that was Almost Human by AC83.
That was great.
Yeah, I like that one. All right, I have, before I get into the premieres, of course, of what we have with Bending Grid and Miami Nights, got a little something to play from our friends over at Retro Reverb. This is Arpeggi by Soap Note.
In my world full of stars, where your imagination running over every now, every when, you know that this one lasts. You know that this one lasts, like troubles in the light, and it's not in your hand. We're just invisible, visible. We're just invisible. We're just invisible. Slip away from your hands. We're just invisible. Always full of stars, floating on your eyes. We're just invisible. We're just invisible. You know that this won't last, like troubles in the light, and it's not in your hand. You're just invisible. You're just invisible. You're just invisible.
And I take back my previous statement. That looks like it was an album.
That was good.
It's an EP. It's an EP by Soap Note. It's called Arpeggi. And that track that I just played is the first track, called Invisible. So the one thing I don't like about Bandcamp is that it doesn't tell me if things are singles or albums before I click on them. I wish that was different with the Bandcamp player. Because that's what I'm doing. I'm using a Bandcamp app that I installed on my computer, and then I have that hooked up through OBS into the stream so that the fans can see what I'm playing. But that's what it lacks. It lacks a little detail if it says, hey, this is a single, or hey, this is an album.
Right.
I wish it did that, and I wish I can sort by either single or album. So unless I go through and like pre-plan the show ahead of time with all the different songs and stuff, I don't know when I go and click on it. So maybe I have to start doing that. But I like to just, you know me, I like to take the show off the rails, you know?
Yes, you
just
do.
just go very free flowing if I can.
Yes.
Yeah.
I did absolutely love that track. That
Yeah.
haunting sound, and it just grabs me.
Yeah,
I love the
very
tracks.
nice. Yeah, Soap Note. Yeah, it's over on Retro Reverb. But yeah, that's great. I love that song. Very good. Shout out to the Game Night for coming on in. Welcome to Game Night. Got one more single I want to play, and that is the brand new single by Arcade Beach. This is Dance the Pain Away.
Love this one.
Me too.
Sparks in the dark, now it's calling in. What happened to the love we stayed?
Dance the Pain Away by Arcade Beach. I like that.
I listen to that one so much. I love
Yeah, especially when you're having what we would call in my house a Debbie Downer moment. Yeah, definitely time to dance the pain away. Shout out to Rising Field for being here. Thank you for coming on in, Rising Field. We have probably the perfect visualizer on the screen right now for what I'm about to play next. It's my aesthetic vaporwave type visualizer with the neon triangle behind the Greek god bust, which is of course covered up by the Novastalgia logo. But I think it's perfect to segue into our next feature, which is of course the brand new release by Mr. Miami Nights 1984, the founder, the inventor of Synthwave. And the new album is Cosmopolis, and it's a very Businesswave, Vaporwave, Synthwave blend. And it's almost like he kind of invented another genre all by himself, just like he did with Synthwave. So going to play just a couple tracks. All right, I already played the entire album earlier, so we're not going to do that again. We do, of course, have to feature some amazing songs off of Bending Grid's Parallax album, which will probably round out the rest of the show. However, I have to play a couple by Miami Nights, so let's get started. This is Cosmopolis. Oh, of course, it would help if I did it right.
That always helps.
Yeah, let me get over to it. I forgot it's not in my Bandcamp.
Yeah, I was listening to it this morning, and it's just great.
It's amazing.
The one track reminds me a lot of my Terminal Tranquility track.
Yes, yes, it does. Especially with the whole airport stuff going on.
Absolutely.
I told him I'm going to have to put together like a mega mix of like all kinds of vaporwave and stuff like that, and maybe even feature some songs on him on the little vaporwave project we have going on. He said, yeah, that sounds great. So I just love how cool Michael is, you know. The visualizer changed. I'm going to change it back.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to do like a Businesswave or something compilation soon.
Yeah, definitely. I have to squeeze some of my my DMME stuff on there too. But yeah, all right, let's get the visualizer back over. Make sure it looks good. Yep, it is. And I'll make it not change. There we go. Okay, here we go. Cosmopolis by Miami Nights, 1984.
Attention all passengers on Flight 427 to New York. We are now ready to begin boarding.
Smooth jazz. Yes. At its
That was
finest.
great. And I don't know about you, but when you were playing the track Terminal Lounging, the airport one,
Uh-huh.
I heard a very subtle hint of Foreigner in
Uh-huh.
that.
You did too, huh?
Yes.
Picked up on that, did you?
Yes. There was Foreigner in that. I
Yeah.
totally picked up on
I
that.
heard it too.
Waiting for a girl like you.
Right.
Yeah.
And a lot of vaporwave does that, where
Yes.
they'll do like another rendition of a classic 80s song and then do it instrumental and then slow it down. And then you get vaporwave.
great.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Let me switch back over our visualizer here. Yeah, back to the cool vaporwave guy. Yeah, I opened with Skylines, and then I did Terminal Lounging, and then I did Black Rain. So I played the entire album earlier, so I was going to do it again. But yeah, Skylines, Terminal Lounging, and then Black Rain. The brand new album, Cosmopolis, it is available in vinyl, and the vinyl is a Coke bottle clear color. So it's, if you remember the original Coca-Cola bottles, that like light tinty green color, that's what the vinyl looks like, and it is clear. You can see through it. And of course, it'll also be available on CD and cassette. So definitely want to pick that up. Mimo is here. Hello, Mimo. Thank you for being here.
Hey, Mimo. Great to see you as always.
Yeah, it's great to see you. Good to see you. So we had to chill things out, of course, because now, before the end of the show, we're going to have your heart racing, of course, because the next album I'm going to be playing up is, of course, Bending Grid. And we know Bending Grid is anything but chill. And
Yes,
subtle.
we know.
So I'm going to get Parallax queued up here.
Yeah, and speaking of Bending Grid, he is getting across the grid in Second Life because I was at a party not too long ago and they were playing Love Arcade.
Oh.
And I said, I know this song. I know this song.
Sweet.
So
Sweet.
they said, well, I heard you playing it. And I said, oh, I'm glad I'm making an impact in getting Synthwave across,
Right.
you know?
Yep.
It's great.
Yep. Oh, I love it. So now we have to kick things up a bit. And of course, I'm speaking of Parallax Special Edition, which came out today and is available on a double disc vinyl, a double disc CD, and it is available separately. You can get it together as a combo for both the vinyl and the CD. There's also a box set in which you get the vinyl, the CD, and a Bending Grid t-shirt. And then there is the mega box set, in which case you get the t-shirt, the vinyl, the CD, and you get both on cassette and CD the self-titled album Bending Grid, in which case Love Arcade is on that album. So, yeah, lots of stuff
get
from
it
Bending
if you
Grid.
haven't got it.
Right, yeah, exactly. So let me put up a cool little visualizer here because we can't be so chill here. But yes, Bending Grid, of course, is a longtime fan of this show. You usually see him in the chat. But I know he is quite busy right now, so hence why he is not here. But that's okay. I told him that we would carry the torch in his stead while he is busy taking care of some life things going on. And that was the thing. It was like just bad timing for kind of like life to sneak up and smack him right in the face the very week of his release that we've been planning for months. It just all came to a head all at the same time. So
Well, that's usually how it happens.
Yeah.
You know, everything's fine and good, and then everything hits you at one time.
Yep.
out of nowhere.
It does. It does. So, all right. So I'm not going to play the entire album. We'll be here for hours. But I'm going to play a couple of my favorites. So hopefully you all enjoy them. So without further ado, this is Bending Grids Parallax Special Edition. You can pick it up with the link that is pinned in the chat up above. So here we go.
Holding my shield, I'm a warrior, fierce and brave, on the battlefield, I lead my way. From a distance, I see a gleam, an armored man, from my dreams. With every clash, our hearts collide, a love so clear, we can't hide. No wish you could stay. Pick up the pieces I can't throw away. Want you to make me whole again. Want you to make me whole again. Want you to make me whole again. Want you to make me whole Lost in the echoes of what we used to be. Shadows and whispers that haunt my every dream. Reminders take my breath away. You're so entwined in my every day. Wish you were mine, yeah, I wish you could stay. Pick up the pieces I can't throw away. Want you to make me whole again. 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 Reminders take my breath away. You're so entwined in my every day. Wish you were mine, I wish you had stayed. Pick up the pieces I can't throw away. Want you to make me whole again. Want you to make me whole again. Want you to make me whole again. Want you to make me whole again.
And now, the song that started it all.
I'm queen of Galactic and your fire foxy fantasy. A sexy lady Galaga, my Obertron is ecstasy. Space Ace, Superman, give me your cobra command. My empire strikes back with space raider contraband. You know I do. Let's go, let's go. Pole position in your F1 you rack 'em up. Call me Mrs. Dynamite, Flash Girl, a power knight, Bionic Commando in a record breaker final fight.
Bending Grid. That was Love Arcade, the song that started it all, and the first song that he submitted for me to review to see, hey, do you think I can get some promotion on your label? I'm new to the scene, and this is my track. I can't believe I passed on it.
I know. It was the first song that I got from him as well, and I just fell in love with it.
And I didn't. I hated it. I absolutely hate it. I'm like, because you know what it is? The whole rap and synthwave usually doesn't mix. I mean, only the one I heard of course, Jordy's Tonight. The rap version of that is really well done, from Back in the Future. And yeah, it's like that is like the shining example of it can work. But I've heard plenty of like, no, this doesn't work. And when he first sent that to me, it was through a submission. I'm like, nope, don't like it. I don't like that song at all. And it wasn't through Submit Hub or anything. It was before the Wacky Submission Wednesday show was even going. But he just sent it through email, and it was kind of like I was going to get back to him, but then I didn't. And it led into it going, further, and then finally, I think it was through you actually that sent him to me. I think, if my memory serves me correctly.
I can't remember exactly, but
something like that. And then I was like, oh, I'm hearing this. I was like, why does this picture? It's the cover art of Bending Grid. I'm like, why does this look familiar? And then I clicked on the link. I'm like, oh, that's why. I've heard this before. And I didn't like it then. And I still kind of don't like it. I heard it. I'm like, okay, it's sounding better. And I started like paying attention. I'm like, holy crap, she's rapping every freaking arcade game out there.
Yes.
And I spoke to, Bending Grid. He was like, yeah, it has like 200 or 300 some odd video game names in the lyrics of that song. I'm like, dang.
Yeah, it's crazy, and the video is just incredible.
Oh yeah. And that is Mrs. Bending Grid in the video.
Yes.
But yeah, we had a long discussion. He's about that the theming of that. He's like, I couldn't help it. I tried many different ways of, arranging a whole bunch of video game names into a song, and every time it came out dirty. Every time I couldn't not get around it. So I'm like, okay, screw it. It's just gonna be a song about getting into it. I'm like, oh my god, okay. I guess this is the direction the song's going to go. And if you listen to the lyrics, that's exactly
Yes.
what it's about.
Absolutely.
The Love Arcade. I'm like, oh, okay. And I was like, and every time I listened to it, it just got better and better and better. I'm like, oh my God,
Yes.
I'm in love with this freaking song now. Until I had it on freaking repeat, and I'm like walking through my house singing, "Take me to your love arcade."
Arcade.
Just love it. Love.
It's great.
I am so glad Bending Grid is part of Retro Synth and part of my life.
Yes, he's just an amazing person all around.
He is. Yeah, Tristan's a good dude, so it's really good to have him as part of the family. But yeah, apparently Rising Field in the chat was unaware that I did a remix of The Universe Within. I actually did too, and I played the original earlier. So I think for my closing track, I'm going to give more honor to Bending Grid. I'm going to play my ambient version of The Universe Within, and The Universe Within's lyrics really speak to me. For me, it's a little bit of there's a little of a religious undertone there, and I'm not going to get too much into it. It's one thing you don't talk about in business is politics, race, and religion. Yeah, I'm not going to get into that at all. But let's just say that the lyrics of The Universe Within definitely ring true to how I believe in how the universe works. So I'll leave it at that. It's been fun hanging. I mean, we weren't talking for the past couple of 20 minutes or so, but I was just over here dancing in my seat, like
I have been too, and it's been great fun with you as always, Dan.
Yes, you as well.
Thank you, everyone, for joining in with us. As always, we appreciate you guys so much.
Yes, thank you for joining. It has been a wild ride for sure. And we, of course, you played Bending Grid, which is his Parallax Special Edition, is out today on all platforms, and especially all of the merchandise is available through Retro Synth Records. Double disc vinyl, so you get 2 vinyls because there's so many tracks. You had to split it up over over 2 different vinyls. Now, for those who are interested in the vinyl only contains the original songs from Parallax. It does not include any of the bonus track remixes. However, you're also getting a double disc CD, and the CDs do include all the remixes. And then, of course, digital. Of course, you get unlimited tracks with digital. And then if you get the box set, the mega box set, you will get the cassette tape and the CD of the self-titled album Bending Grid, which includes the song Love Arcade. So definitely pick that up if you can. All right. Then, of course, also is Cosmopolis by Miami Nights 1984. All out this week. And, of course, our brand new singles that we played earlier today. But, yeah, we're going to play. Let's see. Let me get it queued up. And then let's get it over there. There we go. All right. So I have it ready to go. Any closing words, April?
Yeah, just everybody just show kindness because the world is so dark right now.
It is.
And despite people's beliefs or opinions or whatever, we're more stronger together than divided.
Exactly. If everyone could live by those words, and the lyrics of this song I'm about to play, the world will be in a much better place.
Absolutely.
So with that, I'll lead out with the Neutron Dreams ambient remix of The Universe Within. And I want to say thank you all for being here. Have a wonderful and safe rest of your weekend. And I will join you all next week for Wacky Submission Wednesdays with Dan. Until then, be safe, have fun, and listen to Synthwave. Enjoy.
Don't let it go back to
on what we have.